Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Live Show. A little impromptu. Things are weird right now, man, in life in general. Not in the playoffs. Feeling pretty good about that, but in general, things are weird, personal life stuff. So hadn't had an opportunity to even get an episode up yet about the Dubs and the Warriors, the Dubs and the Rockets. So I'm gonna do that here. It's gonna be pretty chill. Told the people in the VIP. I'm going to be doing this, keep it casual. I'm going to be going through the notes, really just sharing everything I got. Really not concerned about viewership in this one as much as I'm just putting something out there to help whomever needs it in this game. So definitely give that video a like as you guys climb into the stream here. Feel free to jump into the comments, but let's get the stuff going for the Rockets and the Dubs, and we'll get going from there. So not sure who you're talking to, bro, but watch your mouth. That's all I got to say. Let's keep it going. You can stick around for a little bit, but I don't know what you mean by that. All right, looking at Alpy. I'm obviously not in a good mood. My bad. I'm just pretty tired, to be honest. So I'm not sure if you're fucking with me or not, but I'm not in the place for it, fam. So like I said, watch your mouth. LP Sengun. Let's just start with some stuff here on Props Madness. I mean, I'm probably going to keep it, like I said, to what I would be normally looking at. So I'm going to be pulling up some other stuff as well from this last game. I only had two bets in game one there. We had Jabari on the points and then had Jimmy on the PRA. So I kind of want to just start with those and see what we got there. But yeah, let me know what you guys are looking at, and I'll go that route too. Honestly, I might just do that, just to look at what you got. But what's up, Brief? You got Jabari Smith, like I was talking about, so we can look at him in just one sec. Let me star these two. We got Free Sauce talking about Draymond. Appreciate you, bro. Under on the day. Keep me updated on that one. What you looking at with the day stuff? You think it's because of this, maybe because of Steven Adams coming in? Maybe you like that on the minutes there a little bit. But yeah, we can definitely got that one started. I'll look at Steven Adams and we'll look at Day from Free Sauce. Doing all right, man. Doing all right. Need some sleep, but we'll get that eventually at some point. Not worried about it right now. VanVleet, you like the under. He's been going under. He's got a good matchup, man. Like he's going to keep getting pods. I don't know. Pods defense doesn't impress me. So I think it's a good matchup, but yeah, he's under in what all five versus the Dubs in this one. So yeah, I think I see what you're talking about there, Ricky. What's up, David? Good to see you, man. Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, we're gonna get some Jabari Smith stuff going. We got Pods, we got Adams, the X Factor. I don't know. I think the X Factor in this one might be Amon. They might be putting some Amon at point guard. We saw Amon play the point. Tari Eason play the 2, Jabari play the 3. That was a lineup that they had. So maybe we consider assists for Amon. Let me put that here on my list of things so I don't forget that one because I'm the one bringing that look. Amon Thompson over on the assists, and we should just look at his stuff in general because he's going to stay getting minutes in this series as he's the guy that's guarding Steph. So we got to look at that. Panos is talking about the same thing. Amon offensive boards. Sam Merrill, Anthony Black, Sam Hauser. Interesting. I don't think I can trust any of that stuff. Top is Sam Merrill, Anthony. Yeah, so Sam Merrill, between him and DeAndre Hunter and Ty Jerome, it's really and actually Strus. It's Strus, Hunter, Merrill. I think Ty Jerome's got himself 25 minutes clean. Sam Merrill, Strus, DeAndre Hunter. Whoever is playing better, that's who they're going to kind of run with. So I don't trust any of those dudes as a result. Anthony Black, same thing. If you're not Fraulo, if you're not Franz or Paolo, I'm not touching anything except for an under. And then Hauser, I could see, but they need size. It's not a good matchup for spot up shooting, right? That's all he does. So this that wouldn't be necessarily where I'm going. But Thompson assists. Thank you. There we go. Now I have something to look at. Like I said, our boy J-Main says that he at free, I play that. Oh, you talking about the stuff that Free Sauce was talking about? Cool. And then you like the under for VanVleet as well. Yeah, on Jimmy, like let me just put him down there. I'm gonna look at his PRA for sure. No problem there. So let me see. What's up, Reef? Always good to have you in here, bro. Appreciate your comments for sure. We gotta look for over points on Jay Green. Let me star it. I'll at least take a look at it. Jabari, yeah, we got Jabari in there for sure. I gotta look for him. Sengun, this first one we're looking at there. I'm in 3 offensive boards at plus money. Oh, because you can get this on like Prize Picks for the O boards, right? Probably. Who are they putting on Amon? I forgot what that matchup looks like. What did I write down for myself? Let's take a look at it. Let me just jump into it actually and just see. This is game 1 right here. Let's go to matchups. Hopefully you guys are going to the box scores of these games. Like never is it more important than during the playoffs to make sure that you look at the previous box score, look at the matchups. It's real simple. When you go to box scores and be traditional, switch it to matchups. We have a video about that up on the channel as well for anybody that hasn't seen it to kind of help you understand matchups a little better. I'm putting on offense here. I'm going to put Amon. and see what that who was it was yeah, so it was Steph. So they were just basically guarding each other. That should be a good matchup for more boards. If you're talking about offensive rebounds and Steph is guarding him, yeah, it makes sense. And actually, Steph had hella boards in this last game, right? Because he was guarding Amin. So that makes sense for both sides. Steph has to get more boards if he's going to box out. I think someone had that look in the comments. So yeah, I think that's probably a good look there for the O boards for Amin. I'd look into it a little deeper, but let me make sure we have Steven Adams on there. Not sure if we're going to go RA. Not sure about the assists. I could look into that. Do they give up a ton of assists to centers? Would be interested to know what your thought is there, AM. And you can address me as sir moving forward. Cesar, Curry over PRA. We have something for Curry in there, but I'll make sure we got that. Azana, what's good, bro? It's good to have you in here. You like Green under, so I got to look for Jalen in there. So I'll keep your. We'll get to Jalen in a minute. A lot of y'all talking about Jalen. First half Warriors money line. That's got to be a good price. You'd have to give me a good price on that because this is actually one of those things where, like, usually the look when you talk about a team that's at home down 1-0, you kind of go back to them dominating early, right? Like opening up the first half and winning that half. I think their money line was -120. It's probably gone to something else, but they're now, I think, -3.5, right? The shit moved. Let me just go to action for a second. So all markets. This bit is at 203.5. And yeah, the Rockets home team -3.5. You expect that. You're down 1-0. You're at home. You cannot go on the road down 0-2. So that makes sense. Ooh, Professor T getting sexy with it. Plus 1,100 to lead the series in assists. I do not hate that. What did he? Let's just look at that again for him since we're talking about it. Amin on the assists. Yeah, so you had 6 on the 13 potentials is what makes you tingle a little bit, right? So, and you look at, let's see, this one, 2-9. He only played 29 minutes there. He played 33 minutes here versus the Dubs. Let's see head to head. So, damn, he stays going over 4.5. And then who else dimed up in this game one? Was it Yimmy didn't even get there? I don't think. He had 6. So that would be tied with Amin. So yeah, if the two of them have 6. Oh, and then Fred, this would be the dude I would be scared of. But 1,100 does make sense to me, bro. It's currently tied for second, and it is those assist minutes, or excuse me, those point guard minutes that he gets that are kind of wild. He's fired though. Like I was watching him since Summer League when I watch Amin. I'm like, this dude moves like a PG, yet somehow he's like 6'7" with pogo sticks for legs. All right, let's get into some of this. So Amin on the dimes right now is 4.5. If he's going to get 10 potential assists, so head-to-head potential assists, not this. Let's look at advanced filters, potential assists. Let's make sure we have this with, everybody. Jalen, Sengun, Fred, Dylan, Jabari, Tari, Ari, Laurie. So yeah, for all of these on the potential assists this season, pull my advanced filters back up. He's at 9 when he plays the Dubs. That's 2 more than his averages. What's his minutes been at? 31.3, but this one was 34, 29, 29, 33. I mean, we got to project him for like 33. Let's do it this way too, though. Let's do not even head-to-heads because these numbers are going to suck, but let's give him 33 to 37 minutes. Let's put it that way. 30. It's not going to be that good. Yeah, it's not going to be about anything from the past. It's really just about, head-to-head. They like him to be there at point. So I think that's really what it is. I'm going to put that as a lean right now for myself for Amin. I'll put these leans down. It takes fucking forever. I hate this part of it, but I'll put them on the bottom line because otherwise someone's going to bitch at me. Somebody came at me the other day in the comments and was like, yo, so you don't even have your shit scrolling on the bottom line, but you ask us for money? And I was like, when did I ask you for money when I put out this free YouTube video? Some of y'all are whack jobs, man. Over Amin, over 4 point. I still could get over it. I was like, when did I ask you for money when I was up until 2 a.m. putting up this video for your ass, you piece? I'm in a bad mood, man. Just deal with me. I'm going to be a little bit cranky today. Plus, he's at plus money, right? Plus 102 on FD. We'll come back to it. But that's going to be a lean. I'm going to make sure this is clear that it's leans. I don't have the brain capacity right now to like both put these bets down for myself, make sure I'm good, and put this stuff on the leans for y'all. So it's leans for right now. We leaning and rocking with it. All right, moving forward, let's keep it rolling. If you do want to jump in the VIP, I'm gonna have this code for like another couple of days for the offs, probably till the weekend. So it's 50% off first 3 months because this is going to get you into the WNBA season as well. This should get you through the NBA playoffs, obviously, as well. So if you want to keep going with it, then this is a really solid code to use. The link to the premium Discord is in the description of the video. That is through WAP.com. I'm here for any questions y'all got or whatever. But all right, that is my one plug there. I'm on the dimes I can see. The points were interesting that he went under. I would assume that he's good to go back over 12 and a half. I don't think he's had good history against no, his points are fine. His points are fine against this team, even in 22 minutes. He's still at like 11.3 versus this squad. It's crazy that he's not doing better. Only took 9 shots in 33 minutes. I'll probably stay away from the points. Let me see what other stuff y'all are talking about instead of just wasting my time talking about Amon points. This interests me, Free. I want to see about this. So let me look at Dre under. I think he had a bad game. I mean, here's the thing about Day. If you're going to talk about adding the points, bro, like the thing that comes into play is they're leaving him open. He's going to be left open. Right. What was the matchup for him again? I would remember it by heart if I was on more than 3.5 hours of sleep. Defensive player, no, let's do offensive player, Day. He's looking at, he gets the Fred matchup. Interesting. That's where they stuck Fred. And then Pods has Jalen Green on him. Right. All right. So that is a good matchup for Draymond to be able to do his thing, at least as far as when he can shoot over him. He only took 5 shots, 0 for 2 from 3. Let's see what the assists were at. So the 10 dimes on 13 potentials. The Rebs were at 11 rebound chances, 6 boards. So we're at still at 19.5 on the PRA, and then head to head. But let me know if you want me to look at something too in there. I can take a look at it. Yeah, he did take only 4 field goals, completely out of the offense. I see what you're seeing. I do. It's a little bit smaller there for me, but it's like a little bit high. I mean, is what I'm trying to say. But all right. All right, bro. We're cool again. I appreciate you. You're my guy again. Call me the littlest. What'd you say, littlest bro? What's up, my littlest bro or something? Watch that Mace clip where Mace is like, "There's none of this little bro shit." He's calling out Jay Prince. It's fucking peak. I highly recommend that Mace clip. I'm sure Freestyle knows what I'm talking about. All right, let me keep it rolling. I'm off the rails. So let's get to Jabari. We got one from Reef over here too. Looking at Jabari, former number 2 overall pick. Let's see where you at, Jabari. So in this one, I kind of felt like I got away with one. When dude goes 3 for 3 from the field, 4 for 4 from free throw line, and I get his points, then I feel like I stole one, and I wasn't like eager to come back to this dangerous place where he only took 3 freaking shots, right? On the boards, I had considered that too. He had 6 on 10, so that's pretty fair. He does stay getting, wow, it's 5.5. Yeah, this is where I'd be coming back to. Yeah, it's 5.5. What? Let me pull up. Oh no, it's too early. I was gonna see if I can get some minutes projections real quick, but let's see if I can. I might be able to get something for Jabari right quick. Because if I can get Jabari, let's see how many minutes do we really feel like we need him to get to. So he's been playing 33 against this team. That's the thing. That's the other thing that scares me is when I see 25 minutes in this one, I'm like, bruh, I had him at least like high 20s, if not low 30s. With the level of importance, like I thought he would get some more Jalen Green minutes because Jalen Green, I mean, he only played 30 in this last one. He's damn near unplayable because if he's not making shots and going to the rim, he's not doing much on defense to help you out. Then you might as well get one of the Aries in there or and obviously keep Fred on the floor. So the rebound chances against the squad it's 10.4 in 32 minutes. Like I do like the boards. If you're going to go with anything for Jabari, it's going to be the boards for sure, Reef. So that would be the lean if you like it. Let's at least consider Steven Adams. Had a good game last game, but I don't know how to get him back to 20 minutes like that. So head to head, he played 20, 17, 6, 18. So let's say we give him like 16 to 20 minutes, right? On the season. Let's do that for the filter for Steven Adams. 16 to 20. And see, it's just doesn't turn me on. Now, obviously, 2 of these overs are versus this team. That's hilarious. That's the points. The boards, though. Okay, my bad. I was on the points for you. That was my fault. So 7.5 when you still give him this amount of time. So this is what we got to give him. Like if we put his ceiling at 20, yeah, this makes sense to me more now. The points are 4.4, but we don't need to mess with that. 6.5. Oh my God, I didn't see this minus ass number. This is coming down though. I think people have been betting this down, dude. because this was 6.5 for I think 7.5 earlier, right? For like around even money or some plus money for his boards. So the 6.5 for Steven is a good number, but I'm not taking it at minus 150. So this will be on watch. If Steven Adams boards get down to like minus 130 or better at 6.5, now we might be talking, but you're still not really like getting me with it. Rebound chances. It's mostly because I can't project his minutes. There's just so many ways that this goes wrong. I mean, if he gets 13 rebound chances, I'm gonna take him to get 7 boards. That's for sure, right? 7.5 on 13 rebound chances. He just had 16 in 20 minutes. I mean, if you trim that down to 16 minutes, right, you're still looking at like 14 rebound chances, 14 and a half. So I would take him to get 7.5. I like it. I'm not gonna mess with it at minus 150. I don't think. All right, so let's get to Fred real quick, because that seems to be, people are split on that, and I know why they're split on that, because he is a 14 points a game scorer. He's gonna have a good matchup with Pods, so it makes sense that you'd want to bet on him. Problem is that head-to-head number is terrifying. He hasn't come down, like he hasn't gone over this number at all. And his field goal percentage, 2 for 12, 5 for 16, 3 for 13, 1 for 8, 4 for 19, 4 for 19. So that's probably why some people like it over. And some people are like, there's no way I'll take this over, right? The PRA was talked about as well. The assists are way better probably for Fred. I mean, definitely way better, not probably. 5.5 for plus money. Obviously, it's not the best hit rate on the season, though. He's at 5.6. The potential, but the 8 potentials is what scares you, and then the Amon coming in and taking that stuff from him. Let me look at something real quick. Let's put Fred. Let's go to Fantasy Labs for those of y'all are familiar. This is on-off court stuff. So this is going to help us with all the minutes that Fred is on court with some guys that we want to put him on court with. So let's go to Houston. Let's make this standard. Any questions about this stuff, like, feel free to jump in, let me know. I'm happy to answer shit. Make sure I'm not missing anything. There you go. This is the May shit. Yeah, definitely go watch that shit. Yeah, exactly, we're on the same page there. If you like 7.5 free for plus money, it makes sense to me too. He cooked in that segment though. God, I love Mace so much. Facts. I am tired, bro. You're not wrong. Some like Sengun. I'm just going back through the comments. That's what my ADD does when I see some comments. Let's see if I can make this bigger. So it pause. Let's put on court. Let's put Amin. Let's take Jalen off court. Scrub ass. Fred. Let's put Sengun. Let's just leave that out there for a minute and then see what Fred looks like. Let's leave that out there for a minute. Let's see what that looks like. So this is going to be all the minutes for Sengun, Amin, and Fred that they are all playing on the court together. 669. Nice. That's how many minutes they've been on the floor together at the same time. All these numbers are per 36 minutes, right? So what they're doing is they're taking their averages when they're on the court together, extrapolate that out to what would it be if they played 36 minutes, right? Math. So if they played 669 and the total stats are X, you basically just make sure that you see what that would be if they played 36 minutes together. And that's what this is. And we can assume that there's like 36 minutes for each of these dudes, but they're not going to be playing 36 minutes together per game. So just my point in all that is should be taken with a little bit of a grain of salt, but it's super helpful when you have stuff like, well, let me see. So we're worried about Amin kind of eating into the assist that Fred VanVleet would get. So let's see if there's anything data-wise that shows us that when we go to Amin and Fred on the floor together, does it show that there's fewer assists coming for Fred and maybe a few more coming for Amin? Not really. So this is Amin right here. He's at 3 per game, per 36, when he's on the court with Sengun and Fred. And then 6 assists for Fred per 36. And this is at 5.5. So I don't think we should be worried that Amin's necessarily eating into Fred's assists. Sengun's at 5.5. I think some people were just talking about him, but I think y'all are talking about points, right? This should be my burner. Joshua LaFlame. That's a fire name. I'm not sure if that's your real name or not. LaFlamme, probably, but that's Flames. Sengun, yeah, some of y'all were talking about Sengun, right, on the potential. So yeah, AM, my newfound best friend. Sengun had 11 potential assists last game and got 1 assist, and his line is at 5. Right. So he ran cold, right? We say when someone gets a ton of potential assists but doesn't get the dimes, we say they ran cold on the assists. And Sengun is at 5.5. And so what his prop is at for the dimes is 4.5. So he needs 5. He's getting 5 per 36 with Amin and Fred on the court. Let's do this. Let's get back to, because Jalen, I'm not saying Jalen Green's just out of the lineup, right? Like, it's not like he's going to get less than 30. He played 30 last game, but if he doesn't play defense and he's not making shots, he might damn well play less than 30 in this game. But I'm going to add him on court, see if he messes all this stuff up for us real quick. Let's sprinkle some crack in this coffee so we can think. 4.8 per 36, right? You throw Jalen on there, you just get a black hole, man. Like, look at everybody's assists go down except for Amin. But with Jalen on court, it's just like, well, if I pass it here, I may never see the ball again. And that's what you have to deal with when you pass the ball to Jalen Green. I like Jalen's game. I just wish he was like a little bit more cerebral. That's for sure. The points aren't standing out by anybody except for Alpy. I'd probably be looking at the points. I understand the assists are good, but I don't think he dimes up first. Well, 11 potentials. Let's see real quick. Let me shut my mouth. So he's at 3.8 per game against them. The potentials, is he running cold? Not really. He's at 8 potentials per game. That's actually down 1 on the season. Let's look at opponent D rank versus position. Hopefully y'all who are using Props Madness are using this filter as a good amount, because this is pretty accurate. Opponent rank, D rank versus position. And the Dubs on the season were 5th best limiting center assists. So I don't think I'm really looking for the dimes here from our guy. If we're looking at the points, they're also good at that, right? Opponent D rank versus position. Where'd you go? Right here. They were 14th. It's the boards that they're usually bad at, right? They were opponent D rank versus position. They were 14th as well versus the boards. They got better, especially once Jimmy got there. Points and rebounds. I mean, it's a good defense, man. I'm not in a giant rush to take these like high overs. On the season, he's at 29.5. I mean, what do you play in this game? 36 minutes on the season. He's averaging on the season, he's averaging 31.6. So there's an uptick for sure in the minutes, but this is playoff ball, man. And I don't think the points are going to be easy. Like, especially like we got through games 1 and 2 for most of these series. Once you even get to game 3, 4, 5 in series 1, all the stuff starts dropping, right? All the points per game start dropping. You start seeing totals at 203. So I'm not in a rush to bet on Alpy right now. But I see that he has a decent matchup. Just don't really love it. Let's get to Jimmy real quick. I don't think I touched upon Jimmy stuff. And just for people who are coming in late, if you're asking about Steven Adams, the rebounds would be where I'd go. If you get him to 16 to 20 minutes, he's good. But what we were talking about is 6.5 minus 150. Let's see if we can get 6.5 at like minus 125, minus 120. Then I'll feel better about Steven Adams. And right, this is the thing. Like, he sucked big time, but let's not just assume that Jalen's like out of the rotation for the normal amount of minutes. Like, he's still getting at least 30, but and the offense was shit. You're right about that. So you're talking about Sengun on the shitty assist, right? Because nobody made a shot. So that's a big part of it. But I don't think it was the craziest thing that Houston couldn't score in the half court against the Dubs. Does anybody think that's wild? The Dubs defense has been filled. I think they're best defense in the league since they got Jimmy, right? Top 3 for sure. So that's not a team you're trying to like project a ton of points against them. But let's get to Hemi Butler, playoff Hemi. We got also, let me just do my little thing right quick. Sorry, I was reading a couple other things too. Give that video a like, much appreciated. Again, don't really care about engagement in this one. Just want to make sure we get the looks in for y'all. But show some love if you can. And if you did want to jump in to the VIP, so you get all the picks. We're killing playoffs right now, so gonna look to keep going up 10 units since the play in. Yoff's 25, 50% off your first 3 months. I got to shout out JK, who's in here talking, and you'll see him in there with Tony Soprano as his picture. And then Buddy, I'm sure Buddy's working. He's always working, but Buddy Irons, 2 guys just crushing MLB. Don't give away the secret here, JK, about all the stuff you're talking about, lefties and the little stuff you're finding, because you're finding some gold, my guy, some gold. But that's all in the VIP if you want it. The other thing here is Props Madness. If you guys have any questions about the platform, this is like the GOAT for sure. It's got everything. It's got more than everything, right? Like, this doesn't have on-off stuff, and there might be like 1 or 2 tiny things. But if you want to be able to find props with the efficiency that you need, like chances, potential assists, attempts, opponents, who was missing in the game. Like it's play type analysis. How does this team do against this play type, right? And then everything on court, the zones that guys are scoring from, the zones that the defense is limiting. You've got the same shit for assists. You're not seeing this shit anywhere else. Assists in terms of an assist chart, at least not for $20 a month. I'll tell you that shit right now. But this is where Jimmy's getting his assists on the court. 12% of them here, 12% of them there, 22 here. The 3 is the rank that the Rockets are at limiting assists to the corner, limiting assists down low, limiting assists above the break. They're second, right? In summation, the Rockets are incredible on defense, but the assist chart is so fire too. So make sure you're checking that stuff out on Props Madness. But let's keep rolling. Let's look at Himmy. 5.5 is the dimes. The Rebs are 5.5, and the point are 22. Is this still 34.5? Okay. So I think actually 35.5. Yeah, it got bet down, right? There was a bunch of 35s. Now we're at 34, but we're still, this is still good. This is what we played last game, was over 34.5. He had the 25 points, 7 boards. I mean, everything just ran normal, right? Like 12 rebound chances to get 7 boards. Maybe you you consider that running a little hot. You think it should be like 50% of your chances turning into rebounds. So he ran a little hot for sure, but still it's Himmy. And he's going up against D Brooks, Villain Brooks. Let's see how we want to filter this. Let's do this with Steph. Does this matter? Should we not just be going to StatMuse? Like, does any of this matter? Should we not just be going right here and going Jimmy Butler last 20 playoff games? Right? Like, what else matters? It's Jimmy in the playoffs. So in the last 20 playoff games, he's at 26.4 plus 7 would be 33.4. So 33.2 PR alone. And then add the 6 dimes. So he's at like 40 PRA per game in his last 20 playoff games. Hard to see where he went under, but like that was an under, over, whatever. Not going to go down the whole list. Obviously, it's a completely different situation being on the Dubs, but is it? Like, the only difference is that Steph Curry is 9,000 exponentially better than anybody that Jimmy played with in Miami from the jump. No disrespect to whomever I can't even think of, right? I guess no disrespect to Max Strus or Gabe Vincent, but Steph's better. Doesn't take away from him, though. Maybe you're scared of I'm not even scared of the points, because when he needs to go get a bucket, he gets a bucket. He hit a good percentage, though. I will say that. He was 53% from the field. What was his free throws? Just 6 dimes, or 6 free throws actually leaves a little bit to be desired, too. Like, you can get more. Let me see if this works with him real quick, and then I'll probably move on. But I don't need to like spend much time on this, because I'm going to probably bet Jimmy. Or I already did. No, I didn't bet Jimmy yet. It was last game. But I'm probably just going to bet Jimmy over 34.5 PRA. Let me just pull this up real quick and see if his on-off court stuff helps us at all. Show us anything that we might use. Go get this bigger. All right. Come on, buddy. There we go. On court, let's put Wardell, Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler. Do we put Pods on there? Do we care? Just Day, right? Let's just put those 3 on there. Pods is playing 35 plus 2. We got to put him out there. So the 4 of those bros, Jack Harlow, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry. Tell me Brandon Brzezemski isn't Jack Harlow. I could not believe it took me so long to just be like, whoa. Has anybody seen them in the same room together? Insert all white guys look alike joke. The Day stuff, he's at fucking 14. He was scoring a lot. I'm scared of the under, but I see you on that free. Himmy, this is the problem, is the 18. So he was taking 11.5 shots, right? He took 19 in this last game. Look at the games that matter. 20, 19, 20. 10 in this big win, easy win against Portland that didn't matter, and 28 in a game that they ended up losing because it was close. So it's going to be close again, right? The shots are going to be there. This is the difference. The reason the on-off stuff doesn't help us as much with Jimmy is because he was taking about 11.5 shots per 36 minutes, but now he's going to be taking 20 shots per 40 minutes, right? You extrapolate that shit out to 20 shots, this dude's going to make another 5 of them. That's like 28 points. What's he been at? Yeah, so just in these last bunch of games where he's going over the whole time, where they need W's, right? He's at 29. I mean, I like the points because obviously, like, this team is not gonna double him, so he's gonna keep having open shots, and I'm just wondering if I like that more than these really high numbers that are getting high. It's the rebounds that scare me more than anything, and that's what I said he ran a little bit hot on. And this is telling us that Jimmy gets 5 boards per 36 and 5 dimes, which we got to tick up. It's probably like more like 6 and 7, 7 and 6, but I think the assists are what you think he keeps running normal on, and they're at 5.5. 11 to get 6 is normal. These other teams are good at limiting assists too. He's just got the ball in his damn hands the whole time. So it's either points or points and assists. That's the look for Jimmy. So that's what I'm put that as a lean. So because we're gonna come back to that, but that's where we're at with Jimmy. Is it's either gonna be points or points and assists. Yimmy, I haven't been doing a good job of getting my leans down either, but I told you I probably wasn't gonna be. Yimmy, Butler over. Well, you know who I mean by Jimmy. There ain't no Jimmy out there. It's not James Wiseman. I'll tell you that. Jimmy over. I do right now like the points the most. Everybody likes the points the most because this is boosting. So you still get this at minus 125. You're probably going to see this at 23.5 pretty soon. So yeah, then you might as well just take 25 plus. But I'm going to put the points in there. Over 23.5 points, minus 125 on FD. Yeah, that's going to go up. All right, saving that. Got that scrolling. Got time for a little bit more. Haven't been in the comments in a minute. Let's get the ADD going. Yep. Yeah, it's true. He has been. No doubt, LaFlame. Appreciate you, bro. Fire name, like I said. Yeah, that's true. There was these moments where you're like, where's Jimmy? That's what scares you about the points in general. I mean, honestly, you probably just go PRA. I'm probably just being silly with it. But if he doesn't get the points, he's not getting the PRA, right? We kind of know that. It's just I'm a little bit scared to go RA alone. Yeah, we did now. I missed it, but yeah, we're good on Jimmy. All right, so you know where I'm at with Jimmy. I didn't get real into it with the dimes, but the rebounds I just don't like as much as the PA. So we're good on that. Wardell, we should at least. What do you want me to say? It's Steph Curry. Like there is one human being that has walked the face of the earth that could do the shit that he did in the last game. So like, yeah, he could do it again. I don't want to have to bet on Steph to be inhuman, but this is just not the series for him. It's partly why I like Jimmy is like, and on the points too, is somebody's gonna have to like carry them. There's probably gonna be a game where Pods hits a bunch of threes. Did he go down because he had a shit game? Maybe because this shit, like when he's at 14.5 points, I'm out. You're crazy. Wow, we have 5 on 9. I know I said Steph, but Jesus, 12. How does this little ass dude keep getting 8 boards and 12 rebound chances and averages 5.8 when he plays with Steph and Himmy? And what did he play? He played 35 in this. I mean, he's going to be getting big minutes like them. So let's give him 32 to 36 with these dudes. Where's he at? He's at 6.6 boards. He's at 4 assists and 16 points. That seems like a good over. 21.5. I mean, he didn't do it very often. Wow. So the points have a good hit rate, 6 for 9, 6 for 9, nice, and 5 for 9. So as good as he was on the boards, he's guarding Jalen Green. Who was the other dude that he guarded when JG was out? Let me see real quick. Pods. He's not guarding JG. That's my bad. I think he actually was also the dude leading. No, okay. So there was Moody. It was Green on Pods, but Pods is on Fred. Interesting. What do we do with that? How do we? I can't use that for boards. He's further away from the basket. Any logic that I would use on his rebounds in this game would be to go under. And I'm not trying to do that. Not after he had 12 rebound chances that I'd have to go back and watch because I cannot explain that at all. So that means I'm staying away. But if I'm going Pods in this one again, what was he on the attempts? Yeah, he ran cold on the shooting. How did he get 8 threes off? 2.5. Kiss your mother. Oh, well, 3 per game. What's the 3 PA at? 7.3 threes per game. So he's got to go 3 for 7 for plus 140. Not terrible. Earn it. Not terrible. Plus 150 for something he's done in 55.5% of these games where he's getting minutes, and he could see more minutes. Let's just see this in general. Still at 2.5, bro. Yeah, I think Pods on the threes and the points is calling to me, probably just because it's plus money. And I don't really want to touch the RA as much. What is the RA at? 9.2, 8.5. I mean, goddamn. It's just I just keep looking at Jack Harlow, and I'm just like, how does he get those rebounds, and why is he allowed to get assists? He's a good player. I'm not trying to shit on him at all. I think points and threes are what call to me the most if he's gonna be putting up shots and getting that kind of stuff. But all right, yeah. So hopefully that answered that for you. But yeah, Azania, I wouldn't either. And yeah, I think this is what my thinking is too, right, bro? Teams will leave him open. Not good for the Warriors, but good for bets. Oh my god, a little shade, backhanded shade, Azania. like a backhanded seeming compliment, but it's like, nah, not not really. But we wouldn't mind a pods bet, but I appreciate you, bro, for sure. Um, yeah, we were talking about him earlier, Marcus. Just only get at minus 150, dude. So if you can get like, we're just gonna wait on Steven Adams. We're gonna wait on him for the if we can get like minus 125, minus 120 on a legit book, not like a Rudy Poo candy corn book like like Fanatics or whatever. So if you can get on a real book, then yeah, I think minus 125. What's up, producer David? How you doing, brother? Miss you out here, man. Hopefully everything's going well for you. But Cole Anthony. No, yeah, that so Cole, Anthony Black, Cole, Anthony Black, and who's the third dude? I'm kidding now. Are all going to kind of just be like who? Corey Joseph. The three of them are basically just like who's running hot, and then they'll all probably split the what is that like 96 minutes for two positions that they have in the game, right? So the three of them will probably play close to like low mid 20s. If Cole runs hot, he's going to run hot. I think that as I'm talking to myself about it, David, the way to play Cole Anthony, if you're looking at Cole, is just play the high upside. Just take a little bit, throw it on plus money for Cole to get, 10, 15 plus. I don't know what his core lines are. They're probably like 10, 12 and a half, right? Or for Cole Anthony. Let me see real quick. Cole, whoa. Okay. This is what you're talking about. But this is what I'm talking about. 10 minutes. He didn't do much in that game, apparently, to warrant minutes from Mosley. So I just don't trust the minutes. But if you're going to take anything, like just go 10 plus, right? If he's going to be in there scoring, then he's going to stay in there. And then he's going to have a chance to score. If he ain't, then he ain't. This is what we call the bitch or beast parlay that Daff loves to do. Bitch or beast, right? You bet two different parlays. You bet one that is under Cole Anthony 5.5 points, under Cole Anthony assists, under Cole Anthony everything. And then you bet one that is a beast where it's like Cole Anthony 10 plus points, 3 assists, Cole Anthony 15 plus points. Just play the bitch or the beast. Don't worry about the core line because if he hits 5.5, he's probably going to get close to 10 or 10. If he doesn't hit 5.5, probably because he played 8 minutes, right? And didn't get it. So bitch or beast with Cole Anthony tonight for sure. But I like that look as a beast play. Like if you just take 10 plus and say F it, like maybe they need offense. The other thing is Jamal Mosley was talking about how this team needs to play faster, which makes total sense because they're not scoring in the half court with the Boston Celtics, right? And the Celtics tooled them in the fast break in the transition in this last game. If they lose the transition in the fast break to the Celtics, they're going to already lose by 15 points on the 3-point line. Like every game, you got to imagine at the 3-point line, this team is down 15 to start the game. So they got to find a way to make up 15 points in other areas of the floor because it sure as hell ain't going to be Corey Joseph threes that helps them pull this thing out, right? All right. So I see what you're saying about Cole. 10 plus points for Cole is probably a look. For those of y'all that missed the other episodes are up. Yeah, that's sexual. That's tantalizing. Love that. So you're right about that one, David. This is why I missed you, man. Hope everything's going well. Like I said, I know David works in education and it's tough time to be doing that, but he's a freaking soldier on the front line right now. What do I think of I'm not going to go into this game too much. Check out the other videos, but I love Banchero. Those are my two favorite bets. Two of my favorite bets in this game. KP on the boards, Banchero on 30 plus points, I think is a good look. So I like all that stuff. I think everybody does, right? I think there was a lot of comments. People in the VIP chat were talking about this as well, Nero De Niro. So if you want that, the first quarter points, what is KP at? I'm just sitting here talking about it. This is the last one. This is the last one. I'm going back to Dubs Rockets and I'm going to eat lunch because I'm tired. I'm hungry and I'm not going to take a nap because then I'm going to start recording for tomorrow's games. And I'll just be a cranky little bitch tomorrow too. I'm on Pusha right now. Love Pusha, but we're talking about KPQ1. Yeah, you can get 5.5 plus money. What's been up with his unders here? 2 for 4 in 8 minutes, 6 minutes. They won by 20. Where do we have a real game? He only played 7 minutes in this game. Only took 1 shot. Why? Head to head, not great stuff either. Yeah. I don't know why that's died off, but the wagon that was KPQ1 points, say that 5 times fast, doesn't look great. But I mean, bro's averaging it, but he's averaging it because of the minutes. So he played 7 minutes here. What are his minutes in Q1 on the season? 8, right? Averaging about 8 on the season. So you took a minute away from him. Sometimes he gets 9 or 10 if there's no dead ball, right? You like that too. So I can't see it right now, unfortunately, which sucks. Let me see. What do y'all got for let's see. Yeah. Yeah, there's gonna be a game in this series. It might be this one. I don't know when it's gonna come, but there's gonna be a game in the series where we're like, oh shit, the Rockets are the best team, and the only team that can beat the Thunder is the Rockets. They're gonna look so good, and then yeah, and then I don't know, like Curry at the end of the day. I don't know if I want to bet on that in this one. But I do think if you're gonna do that, maybe you just take the ML for the dubs there. Yeah, Yeeg Flug. Some guy commented on your Celtics vid, Curry over 4.5 boards. Yeah, Curry makes sense on the boards. He's guarding Amon. Let's get back into this game. He's guarding Amon Thompson. That's a big reason why he had to like box out and get rebounds. I want to show y'all something else too, real quick. 6 boards, 12 rebound chances for Wardell. Wow. Boards up in this series, huh? 8 rebound chances in the first time they played. This is with Jimmy too. What about without Jimmy? All right, that doesn't work. What about games with Jimmy? Is there anything to that he gets more boards with Jimmy? Not really. He's played more games with Jimmy. Not really. It's same without Jimmy on the boards. This team is good at limiting rebounds, I'm pretty sure. Head to head, opponent defensive rank versus position. They're 10th limiting boards to guards. At this point, they were like 17th at the time of these other games. They're 10th in the playoffs. That's what it is. It's just bad, actually. There's not enough. There's only 16 teams in the playoffs. I think it was plus money last game. So it's at 4.5. This is what we call a 50-50 bet, right? Like it's at 4.5. I do like the matchup and I like that. But here's one other thing I was going to say is I hopefully y'all know that if you go into the NBA.com box score, if you see how all the stats are hyperlinks, they're blue because you can click on them, right? This is going to take you to the videos of all of these shots or boards or whatever. I don't think you can do it for rebound chances, which sucks. Player tracking data. Yeah, so you see RBC is rebound chances, right? And you can't click on the rebound chances. Probably because they don't want us to know how bunk the stat of rebound chances is. Like, what the fuck is a rebound chance? A dude was within 5 feet of getting a rebound and he didn't get it, so it's a rebound chance. But it's like, was that really a rebound chance? That's why they're not going to hyperlink that. They're like, in tracking, my bad, and it's tracking data. Tracking data is pulled through automatically through all their like hella advanced software and servers that are on court with all their electronics, with all their gizmos. So let me, I'm going to look at the Curry boards real quick to see what those look like. Were those just like, where was he at? What was happening in that play? Um, okay, so he ends up on Sengun, and then the ball comes right back to him. Probably can't bank on that being the case. Right now, he's in the corner on Fred. So he's letting the switches happen, especially because he doesn't want to be the one guarding Tari Eason. So now it's a long shot that bounces right to him. Call that a lucky one, man. But he is in position in these boards. Like he's off ball. This is a good spot for rebound. Internet sucking. Still don't even have my own home, so that's a part of this. Let me see if I can close this out here in a minute and just keep rolling with a couple of things. But hopefully, y'all get something out of that. Like that's super huge. Is the ability to go like look at that. Like I was saying, I like Steph off ball when he's guarding guys like VanVleet. He's in good position to get those long boards because, like I said, you're not going to go out to the 3-point line. If you're guarding someone on the 3-point line, you're not going to turn around and box them out at the 3-point line. Yes, your high school basketball coach would tell you to do that, but in the NBA, let's keep it real. Nobody's turning around and being like box out. Right when they're on the 3-point line, 30 feet from the basket, they're going to turn around. They're going to walk towards the free throw line and wait for a long rebound to come to them. So Steph's probably good on the boards. I just don't like it for not plus money because we got it for plus money in the last game. And Steph might just be another bitch or beast play with everything that he does in this series, which is like if I'm betting on Steph to get 25, I'm betting on him to get 30. I mean, 25 is a big enough difference, but like 2-1 for him to get 30 plus again. It's just not a good series for him, man. Like I said, there's better places to spend your money. So I'm not really advocating for Steph on over on anything at all. Maybe the assists more than anything, but this is amazing. All right. Ask Nico anything time. If y'all got questions for Nico Harrison, go ahead and get them in the chat and we'll get some answers from Nico. Like the question the other day, someone was like, someone said to him, fans were calling for you to get fired. Why shouldn't you get fired? That was a question that a reporter in an actual thing asked him. Why shouldn't you get fired? That's an incredible question. Ballsy question. All right, let's see. Yeah, that would be fire. If you get the chat GBT and I can go to sleep, that'd be lit. All right, I think we're gonna call it, man, because yeah, we're running out of it here, and I'm gonna go get some food in me. But hopefully, y'all got something out of this. I'm gonna get to work here in just a minute, chug some of this coffee, and then put some of these last bets down for Rockets dubs, and then get right to work on what do we got tomorrow? Right, this squad. Another 3 games here. I do like all these here. I mean, this 2 series are fantastic. Thunder Grizz, we're gonna have to find a way to work around the blowouts. But last thing, again, go ahead and give that video like I said, much appreciated. Goes a long way to help out. Hopefully, y'all get some out of this free stuff. Propsmadness.com. That's the tool I'm using always. It's promo code LYB if you're interested in jumping in there. 25% off. You also get 7 free days if you want to trial it out. And last but certainly not least, if you want to make sure you can get into that VIP, it's all through WAP.com. Links are in the description of the video, and then you can use code YOFS once you get to the to whatever I'm trying to say, WAP.com. Use code YOFS25, 50% off for the first 3 months. And we are going to be getting into the W. If you don't have Props Madness for the W, then you're kind of fucked. I will say that. Like, there might be a way to squeak by with these NBA bets without Props Madness. Just going to take forever. But WNBA, like, you're not even going to get the data. There's nowhere else that has play type analysis data for the W. And Pips won't tell me where he's getting that data from, meaning that he doesn't want me to know. So he doesn't want anyone to know. It's his secret, right? So he's able to pull all this shit through for the W. That's insane. There's nobody else doing that. So definitely recommend Props Madness. But like I said, that's the 50% off first 3 months, VIP, yada, yada. Appreciate y'all, man. Some new homies in here and old alike. So we'll talk soon. I'll get those videos up for tomorrow. And then until I see y'all next, happy betting.